Danilla Vonut. Got an idea about what levels these may be. I see. That was bait. This point of the day, infinitely ruined. You can't read the box. You can get the one up, though. Okay. This is going to be a trickier one, I can sense. It's full of... Oh, wait. That's just water. I can jump in water. I don't know why, but I was like I was in the Kaizo mode of thought. You know, where, like, water will kill you. I mean, enough water will kill you, but, you know, Oh, it's current. Right. It's a current event. Doo-doo. There's no current on dolphins, because dolphins don't do that. I need to clip through the dolphin. Wait. Right, that's how you clip through a dolphin. And then I need another dolphin-y friend. I need a better dolphin-y friend. This one does not want to give me a ride. That's a good sign. And that's a bad sign. The current is left. Can't disagree with that. There's a lot of dragon coins suddenly. Do not fugu me. Dang it, it fugued me. He wants to make a friend and hug. It's true. Just a very spiky hug. I say fugu me. I want fugu. Oh. It's actually a really good episode, the one where Homer has 24 hours to live because he ate the wrong sushi. Inexpertly prepared sushi. Poison, poison, tasty fish. There we go. Level has some Kaizo trickery to it. Was watching Juzz's playthrough of Dram World. Which I guess he used to speedrun? Or at least loved playing a fair bit. And that the dolphins remind me of that. People used to use, like, hopping dolphins a lot more in the earlier days of Kaizo and stuff. Not to say they can't still be fun. Worthwhile obstacles. That was the worst way I could have dealt with that. I should have spun jumped on those and chilled out. I want Fugu show before he gets munchered. Sushi could be tasty. I haven't had sushi in a bit. When did I get sushi last? I'm trying to remember why. Went downtown with Fiskbit, and he was like, yeah, if we're going downtown, I really want sushi. I'm like, okay. No complaints from me on top. I didn't jump. Pat the Platypus. I actually watched an episode or two of the Phineas and Ferb thing. Because I was kind of confused about what it was. Because I saw two kind of conflicting clips. One was some kids messing around, and the other one is Secret Agent Platypus. And to be fair, I'm still kind of versus Evil Genius. And to be fair, I'm still kind of confused as to why they glued these two concepts together. But it kind of works. I was entertained. Did you miss the troll level? You did, Fries. I even played it twice. Because there were two versions. There was the happy version and the evil version. And I mostly beat the evil version. I'll have to jump there. There was one thing at the very end where I'm like, I'm not doing that, and so I swam over it. Because I'd seen how it worked in the original version and had a lot of trouble with it. Or the easy version. But it was fun. Yeah, the soft lock was beautiful. I got the Yoshi wedged between two blocks, and it was just stuck. It was hard stuck. To the point where I might message, like, Carl Sagan about that being a specific problem he may want to consider before a wider release, possibly. I might just set up lives at this point. There was a lot of struggling, yes. It was actually pretty fun. Like, I've never really gotten into the troll level meta. Like, I've enjoyed watching them, but usually they're Mario Maker troll levels, because there's very few troll levels in the Super Mario World ecosystem now. It seemed to have been a thing for a relatively short period of time where people were excited to create them. And now, it's been a bit of a drought, based upon the moderation queue. Have to watch the VOD, have some QQ and how to do events yet late. That's fine. If you see something you like in there, make a clip. There's a possibility that if there's a good clip or something, I can get in the compilation. And I've never been in a compilation, and that'd be fun. I'm just gonna set lives to 69. I'm tired of chasing that mushroom. But I'll probably at least clip the soft lock, the unintentional soft lock, and send that to Carl as a, you may want to fix this. It's not an issue... What am I doing? It's not an issue for the easier version, because it takes you right to the second half of that troll section in the easier version, and that doesn't have the property that would allow you to get stuck permanently. So... which I find is interesting, and it was honestly worth it to play it again, even though most of the content was the same. It was still enjoyable. There was an entire section I got skipped over that was kind of sad I got skipped over. Because it had some funny trolls. Come on, Fugu. Come on, Rip Van Fish. You don't want to take a nap over there with Fugu. Oh! This hacker is clever. Who made this anyway? Shadowboxer Sandshrew. One of the many almost Pokemon names on SMW Central. Why did I do that? I wanted the coin. You can't spin jump on that. Anyway. Since we haven't actually done any of the silly things we usually do, I kind of want to just change the character to Pokey for the sake of it. Do-do-do-do. Yeesh. You know what? I actually got a decent amount of stuff done today. Been a bit out of it. I was kind of, like, tired when I woke up. So I had breakfast and then took a nap. Not my proudest moment. Just like, why not? Noted, try to mark. Thank you. That would be nice. Either I'll send the soft lock and the Chuck Escape to Carl, because I feel like those are worth pointing out. I don't know if those are like bugs that are worth fixing, because the Chuck Escape's at least funny. This is so much easier if you do a first cycle. There we go. I just want to despawn that sucker. I like how this is like an RNG fish. Like, you don't know if it's going to be an irritant or not. Also, just to point out, I did try to RLR scroll and get rid of the Fugu earlier. It didn't work. But yeah, after like finally getting out of the funk, I went and did some laundry. Laundry's always important to get done at some point. Wanted to get done with the dishes, but then I was like, I guess I'll just start streaming instead. And the work thing. I did figure out some wacky stuff about dealing with spreadsheets in Python. The library that's recommended most is actually pretty decent, minus a couple of really irritating things. One, because this spreadsheet is kind of big, not big as far as I'm concerned, it takes a whole 20 seconds to load on my computer. Like, Python takes like milliseconds to load, but loading this singular file takes a... Oh, that was a way to die. Takes a good 20 seconds. It only has it has 122 rows, but a ridiculous number of columns. And what's weird is the API, the library itself, has a thing in there to get the maximal column and maximal row. Yeah, maximal column works. Maximal row does not. It was going up to the thousands, tens of thousands, and they're only... Ah, it was bad. And there were significantly fewer than that in the rows. So I added a thing where the first time I see a completely empty row that's after row 1, that it breaks the loop. Because really, I don't need that many null data things. The other problem, of course, is one of the features people actually like in Excel. Formulae. What do you do with formula? I'm not sure yet what I'm supposed to do with them for the purposes of this project. But thankfully, Excel also caches caches values from formulas. So you can just basically load the file in a specific way and it will get the values instead of the formulas. But it still worries me a little bit in terms of what I'm doing here to verify that the formula is correct. The other half of the problem, of course, is putting these back together when I'm done, which I think won't be a problem. Like, I think I've figured out the real trick to what I need to do with this, and it's basically... Oh, thank you for the follow. Goodbye, Layer 3. Enjoy your fish, because I'm not going to get any fish without the water now. Goodbye, water. Well done. Been a while since I've got that way. Actual proof that message is showing up on the Super Nintendo, by the way. It's not implemented to remove Layer 3 water. It's just what happens when you hit a message box. As we know from Kaizo 1's trolley parts. Okay. Jump on the dolphin, then I'll read Fries' long message complaining about writing things for coworkers. I just need to jump on the fish. There we go. One problem that people have sent in tickets for during your sick leave is an Excel file that uses ADO and VB to query data. Oh my. Told them to change region settings, but they keep insisting you have to fix it. Region settings? What? You know, I actually have to confess, I don't know what ADO is in this context. Active Directory objects. Oh my. That is bad. God. You would not believe. There was a point in time where I actually knew the person who knew how to actually make Active Directory do the right things. She spent a long amount of time documenting exactly how and why and where one should do a cross-forest trust. I don't actually know what that means. I think I'm happier that way. But yeah, Active Directory is a... Oh god, it's one of those things where, like, it is so friggin' powerful, but at the same time, you need, like, a manual the size of, like, a New York phone book to be able to use it. That is not a good comparison in this day and age. No one actually knows what the size of a New York phone book is. Because, oh, I should do that! This would be the good time to do it. My sister has been, like, she's got a kid. Turned 3 last month, I think? But in the interest of, you know, reclaiming time to do things, she's been trying to get him to do, like, individual reading. And he says, oh, I'm ready to read my book, which is usually like an audiobook or a story thing. Or look at the pictures of a book. And he said, Mom is reading her phone book. And so I want to get her an actual phone book. Because he clearly, you know, isn't... Oh, I missed the dragon coin. Is that the end? What? What is this mess? Well, those are green. Maybe they're nice. They're not nice. How to transcribe a lot of sheet formulas to German locale? You had to transcribe a lot of German sheet forms to German locale? You... Semicolons. Or the reverse. Do the Excel file worked. Query takes input parameters, and they're messed up due to English region. Oh, Swedish uses that. English uses that. Oh, what? For what? Like, I don't think I've ever used a semicolon in any, like, sheet-like language. Commas to separate out arguments, certainly. But semicolons? I don't know what a semicolon does in this context. And why it would be different in Swedish versus in German versus English. Just ew. Having the locale determine how to parse... Also, I like how that fish has gotten stuck. Having the locale determine how to parse a formula sounds like a nightmarish thing to do. Welcome to the world of different region settings. You know? No. There was a brief shining moment where there was... And the comma as a decimal separator? Yeah, that's still bullshit. We've talked about that so much on stream. It makes no effing sense. Comma as a decimal separator. Sheesh. And the periods for the rest of them. It just makes no sense. But yeah, no, we really should have, like, never let the rest of the world dictate terms on this. We should have been like, no, you're gonna do it the one way the people at Microsoft and the people who made Linux... I guess, actually, Linus is Finnish. So that wouldn't have helped. The people who made Unix have decreed it to be. We're not dealing with this stuff anymore. It would have helped a lot. But no, now we have UTF-8 and everyone is using emojis for their friggin' function names. Internationalization was a mistake. I hate that obstacle. And I stand by it. Emojis as sheet names can be pretty cool. No. You wouldn't like the problem you encounter working with global problems? Don't you start having to translate kanji for local apps? How often does that happen? Also, running across this problem where Google Translate really has decided that, you know, for some reason, it doesn't like to use detect language as the default when I want to translate something. For the longest time, it assumed I always wanted Spanish. And now it assumes I always want Japanese, when what I want is the friggin' detect language one, which is the most sensible of the defaults, but is trying to be too helpful. It also assumes I want everything translated into Portuguese, and I don't know why. I don't want anything translated into Portuguese right now. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I got done today. I finished up the rejection for that Windows 95 world hack. It was in Portuguese. Oh, holds toolbox. No. Your test database are named Smiley Face once every year or 2 years or so. Correct decimal. Yeah. We had a chance. We had a chance to fix these problems. But no, we decided to let everyone else have their own sandbox. Terrible idea. Okay. So the Fugu be moving the opposite direction. I think I actually do need this. I think it's a load-bearing coin. Yeah, it was a load-bearing coin. Clever. Unfortunate, but... Oh. Whee! Everybody wants to be a slope muncher. Should have been pipe? Maybe. Blame me for playing Brazilian hacks. I'm fine with that. Everyone knows the bird is the word and comma is the... No. I was really expecting to see a certain ornithological piece in the news today. Really? What? Oh, just about a certain word. I will say that the Family Guy surfing bird bit is one of the better running gags the Family Guy is at. Far better than the chicken fighting. That one's stupid. Also, Surfin' Bird is a great name for that track. One of those, like, you've heard this song, The Bird is the Word. Oh, have you not heard? Heard what? Lois, no! If you take this CD, will you just please take this disc and leave? And here it goes. Gonna mow my lawn, then I'm gonna... No. No. What again? Do I need this? Okay, he's not going that way. Huh. Oh, interesting. I don't... Probably should have done something smarter there. So the joke at the very end of the first scene. I have not... I don't remember the rest of it. Like I said, I remember the running gag. Oh, look at that. I went under the Chuck 2 and 19'd it. I'm happy with that. It's a glorious thing. That was fun. That was a cute level. Layer 3 water and dolphins, so clearly Vanilla Secret, whatever has that, Layer 3 water and dolphins, like Vanilla Secret 3 or something. And then... what's the other half of this? That's the hard part. It says Vanilla Donut, so it's a donut level. Maybe the underwater level? I don't actually have a good guess for the second one.